And we continue our preview tour through the Inland Empire. We're joined by Elsinore head coach Renee Horton. Renee, how are you today?
Good.
All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Same idea. About 10 to 12 regular questions and then a rapid fire at the end. So we'll get started. You had the opportunity to play under your mom while you played here and then move on to Loyola and Concordia collegiately. Describe the influence that your coaches along the way had in your decision to become a coach yourself.
Oh, that's kind of a hard question. You would think that I would have thought about that, but I think that just as like a coach's kid, you spend all your time in the gym, and so you just get to love the gym. I grew up always touching a volleyball and always being in the gym. My mom was such a great leader with her kids, and she made such a big impact on pretty much everyone's life that she came in contact with. So I think that just seeing those impacts she made kind of like developed like a desire in me from a pretty young age to do the same thing. So yeah, I loved playing for her, and then also just like going through life and now making an impact on kids. I think it's so important.
So you were quite the gym rat as a kid, essentially, then.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of take me back to 2013. Your mom had just passed away. Chip, her co-head coach, had just passed away. How hard of a decision was it for you to apply for this position and then ultimately, when offered, take it?
I don't know. I feel like I was really a big part of the program, like throughout college and stuff. I would come back and do it. And then I was also already like in the process of getting my teaching credential. So when the opportunity came up, it was kind of along my career path already. So it wasn't like I was making a big switch. In my life, it was kind of just like continuing with the path I was already on. And it also made a big impact on me. Like at that time, Danny Templeton, my assistant coach now, he's the ASB director here, and I was actually in his class, and he was best friends with both Chip and with my mom. So when he came to me and he was like, you know what, I think that we should take this program together. I think we can do great things and continue to make like a big impact in our community. I didn't really think twice about it, you know.
Okay.
He was there. We were both together. We both knew them so well, and the Elsinore legacy has been so strong that we just wanted to keep it going.
Okay. And you did start a memorial scholarship in your mother's honor. Kind of describe how that came about and maybe talk about how donations are received for that scholarship if for any of the audience who may be interested.
Yeah. Actually, Kristen Cook, who was the coach at Vista Murrieta at the time, and then Stephanie Benjamin, who was at SHAP at the time. I really wasn't even in a mind frame at that summer, really, to think of anything like that. And they both came to us came to me and my aunts, who are also big parts of the volleyball world, who have daughters playing and coach at Viper. And they were like, we can't like let your mom's name. We have to do something to honor her, and this is what we want to do. They already had like the big pink out thing going on in the Temecula schools, so they were like, let's bring Elsinore into that and sell shirts for the scholarship. So pretty much our only fundraiser for that scholarship is the shirt sales. So the easiest way to donate is just to buy a shirt from anybody. We have our kickoff October 2nd this year at Temecula High School. And after that, pretty much every program will be selling shirts. If you wanted to do it directly, we actually run the scholarship account through my Elsinore Volleyball account. So you can just send a check to Elsinore Volleyball, and in the memo, just put Kim Horton Scholarship. She has a Facebook page, and my number's on it. And then you can message it directly, and it comes to me. And so if you have any questions, you can just go on there. It's called the Kim Horton Believe Volleyball Scholarship. And it's pretty easy to find on Facebook.
Okay. And this was the first year, right, of the scholarship, or did it go back to...
We used to just have a website for it, so it wasn't as well known, even though you would think it would be. Now we have a Facebook page instead, and so people kind of know about it more. We've already given out, I believe it's 16 scholarships.
Wow.
And we've done it, there's a various, depending on who submits and how much money we have that year. Me, my aunts, and those two coaches, Steph and Kristen, kind of come together and we choose how much we're going to give to each spot and who we're going to give it to. And yeah, we've given out over $10,000 to, or probably closer to $20,000 to 16 kids.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that makes a big impact.
Yeah.
Elsinore is currently on a 30-match Sunbelt League winning streak, and I believe it's 14 consecutive league titles.
Actually, there was one team that they shared a title about 7
Still counts.
years ago, but still, yes, we are. The last 2 years, actually, we haven't even dropped a game.
Okay. How do you keep talk of that streak away from the kids and get them to focus at such a high level, despite the difference in competition?
I think depending on the year, but right now we do have some stronger teams. The teams are starting to rebuild a little bit, so I don't take it totally lightly. It's not like we're just like every year, oh, we don't play anyone. So, I mean, there's some good athletes and some good training going on at the other schools, but we have been pretty dominant the last couple of years. I'm not a big coach that talks about like our dominance that often, so I think that just not talking about it, not being like, oh, we're going to be the league champs, but rather focus on the training. We've added like lifting this year. We're really doing a lot of conditioning, and I do a lot of skill-based training and a lot of team unity training and like team camaraderie. Templeton does a great job at the idea of building a team, and I think I have a really good volleyball IQ. So us together, like kind of just balancing that, building the mental toughness in the girls, and then keeping the skill level really high, and they don't really have time to think that they're, just gonna stomp on everyone.
So basically, you just let it occur, and it's just built itself to this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Last year, you guys fell in the Division IV Southern Section Final to a pretty darn good Sierra Canyon team. Yeah. What extra motivation has that given everyone this year that you've seen in the summer to get back?
For anyone that knows me, they know that I'm really, really competitive. Like, I really wasn't even sad. Like, I was so sad after that game. And I think just like that fire, led by me, I think Asia's very much the same way. She's probably one of the most competitive kids I've had here in a long time. And so like just the fact that we're both so competitive, and also that the trophy says runner up on it, like we just hate that. So I think that, just wanting it, like we don't want the runner up trophy. We only want the best trophy to get,
All right. So when a young lady finishes her 4 years in this program, what do you hope they leave with?
One of our big mottos that Robe started and we have always used is just to believe. And I think that I hope that they walk away with a belief that they came from like a family, like that we created a family here for them, that we're always there for them, and that they know that. And I also hope that they leave with a belief in themselves, that they can go on, they can succeed, whether it's in volleyball or it's, off the court and whatever they choose it to be, but that they truly believe that they can do anything and be anything, and that they have grown that work ethic to go after it and actually make it happen, not just a dream.
Okay. What do you know now about being a head coach that you wish you knew when you first took over the program?
Oh, that's kind of hard. I would say how bad it is to cut somebody. It's so bad. I hate cutting people. And then also just, I think that as you go, you kind of learn, I think just like different sub-patterns.
Okay.
Different ways to go after a team, and just the strategy. I feel like I learn more as I coach club and as I coach here at the high school level, just, different things to swap, different things to do. So
okay.
Basically that.
What is one random fact that no one knows about you?
I'm a twin.
Oh. All right. Yeah.
A lot of people know that, but not everyone.
Okay. So behind every great program, there's a great staff behind that program. You've talked about Danny Templeton, and what he brings to the table. Talk about the other members of your staff, maybe the parents behind the scenes that help run snack bar and those other little things that are necessary for a program to compete at this level.
Yeah. Well, we have for 2 years ago, my Mally graduated, and her mom has been still running my booster club, like my funds for it, for 2 years, even though her daughter's not in it. So big shout out to her. And also Michelle Bialorki, she is like, will do anything for this program. Anything I ask, pick up anything, go get something. We run a Clothes for the Cause fundraiser, and she like is driving all around town to strangers' houses and picking up bags. She's just amazing. And then also my dad's the JV coach, and then I have two great returners on my coaching staff this year doing my freshman and assisting JV, Maddie Stark and Liz Colhane. So I'm super, super stoked to get them too. We also have an amazing administration here on campus, so all my admin, they just support us in every way possible, and we're really lucky to have that.
And Maddie played here, correct?
Both of them played here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good. That's how does that feel as a coach to see former players coming back and want to get involved?
Yeah, I think it just really speaks to the community and family atmosphere that we build here on Elsinore's campus and in the volleyball program. We have like a ton of alumni teachers here too, like
Okay.
I want to say like 15 or 16. And then we also now have Maddie and Liz coming back, and their presence and their fire, because they've played so recently, is just really exciting to have. And yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that you do coach at the club level. Kind of describe what it's like to transition from high school to club and then back to high school. How much time do you give yourself at the end of each season to recharge, or is there really any time?
I try to fit in a couple weeks of vacation, I would say. This last year I took the 13s over at Forza, so it's been nice to like have like a different age. So it's kind of, I'm going like skill training, like, all of that, and then to jump back into running like a varsity team where you're talking strategy and offense. That's been really fun. But really, I don't know. I guess it just speaks back to me being a gym rat from when I was little, because
Okay.
I don't know where else to go.
So what's the most rewarding part about coaching for you? It's seeing those kids come back and coach. Is it seeing them move on to college and then saying, hey, I'm having a blast in college, and coming back with their degrees?
Yeah, I think I would say it's really just seeing them succeed,
Okay.
in whatever it is that they choose to do. But if they're succeeding and that they're happy, and I always keep in pretty good contact with a lot of them. So I think that's just really rewarding.
Okay. So talk about the impact that the competitive equity format has had on your scheduling preseason-wise. Has it really changed anything for you, or do you try to avoid teams in your division or any all-comers?
My strategy as a coach, as I build my schedule, is really just trying to get success balanced with a high level of competition. You want to build confidence in your team, but you also need to play at a high level in order to continue improving. And the CIF rule changes you have to pay attention to it a little bit, but if you spend so much time trying to agonize over exactly who you play and everything, it becomes really time consuming. And so I pay attention to it, but I'm not like going crazy over it. I'm just kind of keeping with my same strategy.
Okay.
Say.
All right. So it's your turn for rapid fire.
Uh-oh.
All right. So same question to start. Where are we likely to find you away from the court?
Probably with my family. I have a really good family.
Okay.
I don't know.
Favorite restaurant?
Oh my gosh, this rapid fire is a little stressful. Restaurant. Don Jose's is good in Elsinore.
Okay. And what are we likely to find on your iPod, Pandora, or Spotify?
I'm not too picky with music, but I hate music that screams at me, so I'm going to say not screaming music.
Okay. Guilty shopping pleasure?
Oh, TJ Maxx.
Favorite book?
Oh, that's really hard. I really like Night, and I teach that in one of my classes, so I like revisiting that one every year. I'll go with Night.
Okay. Game day superstitions?
I don't have a really big one, but I do always do a weird thing where I change my hair if we're losing, and I sometimes change my pen color on the rotation sheets.
Favorite vacation spot?
I've gone to Tahoe and I really love that, but I always have a memorable trip to Kauai where like 30 of my family members went, so both of those.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
I'm watching Orange is the New Black right now, so as of right now, that's it.
Okay. Favorite movie?
One time when I did this in high school, I said The Little Mermaid, and my mom made fun of me for a long time, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay. If you were the volleyball queen for a day, what would you change about the sport?
I think it would be interesting to see if the libero, they would still have to hit back row on the 10-foot line, but if they could still contact the ball above the net. Like
Okay.
being able to move one of your big outsides to the libero spot. That would be interesting.
And karaoke go-to?
I will not go. I'm not. Nope. I won't karaoke.
And worst subject in school?
Worst. Probably math. Basic math I'm really good at, but I never really was one for the higher level stuff.
I was the same way.
Yeah.
So, preview the upcoming season for the Tigers. I know you had mentioned a couple of tournaments starting in Vegas, leading into the Sun Belt League. Do you have any regular non-league matches also lined up?
We kept our schedule pretty similar to what we have the last couple of years. I think it worked well for us. So we go to Vegas and we also go to San Luis Obispo for those two big tournaments. We always play Mesa and we always scrimmage Shap. So I'd say those two are always good matches for us. And then we play in the Huddle/Infinity tournament down in San Diego later in season.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you said you kind of mentioned it earlier, but you said the Sun Belt League is improving. Kind of talk about the league and how you expect it to play out, and maybe some of the key players to watch from the other squads.
It's really hard every year to kind of know what's really coming in. Heritage, in the last couple of years, Heritage, Paloma, and Temescal have really fought it out, and they've been like 1-1, with Paloma kind of taking it the last couple of years. So I think all three of those teams are going to be strong. I did hear that one of Temescal's better JV players, that's a club player, that's a pretty good player, is recently transferred to Paloma. I haven't confirmed that, but that's kind of an interesting change in the league.
Okay. All right. And then as you go into the Division III playoffs, have you had a chance to look at kind of the teams that you could be facing come October, November?
Danny's my big scouter, and he kind of breaks the team down for me, and then I watch video, and I get more into that kind of stuff. So I haven't looked really, really deep into it yet. I'm a big believer in Asia, and all my girls could probably tell you, I'm the one who's always 1 point at a time, and really focus on our side of the net, and I can figure out other teams pretty quickly. But,
Okay.
So I haven't spent too much time on that. School did start this week. So.
Yeah. No, I totally.
I'm teasing.
I know how. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We hope to get out to a couple of matches this year along the way, and best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.